Hi, this is Lady Lex UK and this is another tutorial for Project Spark. I've had another subscriber request. This one from Ron Dickinson. He would like a tutorial that involves respawn checkpoints, limited lives and an option to respawn or end the game. Right, so this is what I have built. So here is my player. I've created a kill switch. So these are the checkpoints. This sort of thing works better if you're making a platform or a side scroll or something like that, because then you've got more control as to where the player respawns and where the player goes. It's a little bit more difficult in an open world situation to where your checkpoints are going to be. But anyway, I have 3 checkpoints here. If I was to die, I've created a kill switch just for ease. Now obviously you won't have one of these in your game. It's going to probably be an enemy is going to kill you, you're going to fall off a cliff or whatever. But anyway, if I die and it says, do you want to respawn? And I have an option of yes or no. And you'll notice that my health bar has completely gone down to 0. It still says I have 3 lives right now, but I have a choice to make. Do I want to respawn? I'll say yes. It takes one of the lives away and it has respawned me back at checkpoint number 1. So if I go to checkpoint number 2 and I was to die now, yes, I'll respawn. We're now respawning at checkpoint number 2. And the same will go on for checkpoint number 3. Do I want to respawn? Yes, please. And it's respawned me back at checkpoint number 3. Now, if I die, I've got no lives left. So you can see top left, no lives. I've got a health bar, but no lives. I get the game over. So there we go. And if I just restart that. Or die. Do I want to respawn? I choose no. And again, we get the game over. Okay, so let's have a look at that. First of all, here is our checkpoints. I've used a logic cube. This is going to act as our position for the respawn. I put these checkpoints here. You can have these or not have these, whatever symbol or shape or thing that you want, and you can put some code in this so that the player knows that they've activated a checkpoint. Make it sparkly or something. It is entirely up to you. I have designed these checkpoints so if you enter the detect zone of this checkpoint, it's going to activate. You could do it with a trigger zone. You could, if you've got like rooms or gateways or whatever, you could have it upon opening the gate. That'll activate a checkpoint. It's entirely up to you how you do it. This is based primarily on a global object, which is called global respawn. So we're going to set it once off so that you never have a situation where there is never a global respawn point selected. You've always got the first one selected. So once global respawn equals me. So that first logic cube is always going to be the default if nothing else gets selected. It says when started to detect the player, global respawn equals me. So it set the global respawn point. And if you look at spawn number 2, they are detect player, global respawn equals me, etc, etc, etc. So as you hit these spawn points, it's just going to reset that global respawn point to be this whichever logic cube. And then the mode gubbins is in the player itself. So let's go right up to the top. Okay, so first of all, make sure destroy after death equals false. We won't be able to revive our player. If you don't put this on, the player will get destroyed before you have a chance to revive him, and then it won't work. We're going to set our number of lives as a number variable here. Lives equals 3 in this occasion. This is my kill switch, my debug kill switch. You can have that in while you're building, just to make things easier for you to test these things out. But you would remove that for your game. Right, when started 2 is dead and lives are greater than or equal to 1, then we're going to activate a boolean called respawn choice. Otherwise, dead equals true. So if you haven't got at least 1 life left, you'll get a choice to respawn. Otherwise, we're going to kill you and it'll go into a game over situation. Right, when the boolean respawn choice is activated, until you press A or B, it's going to say, do you want to respawn? And then it's going to display screen center left, screen center right, A and B buttons, and yes and no. You can fiddle back with these, change the HUD stacking, whatever, if you want the wording to be a little bit not on the button. When A is pressed, lives are decrement by 1, so it'll take a life away, and we'll say respawn equals true and respawn choice equals false. So we finished with the choice, we're now going into respawn mode. If you choose B, then dead equals true. We don't need to turn off respawn choice because we're going to end the game, so it doesn't really matter. But you could put this line in there as well, just to make it nice programming, nice logical programming. You could put that in there as well. Right then, when respawn is true, we'll make him invisible. We'll move him to the global respawn position. Then after 2 seconds, we're going to revive our player, make him visible again, and respawn equals false. This is important, otherwise it's not going to work a second time. So you must turn the respawn boolean off once you have revived your player. If dead boolean is true, then we're going to play the defeat music, we're going to fade out, and we're going to put game over on the screen and say game over. And that's it. The only other change here is the lives at the top there. For each of lives, we're going to display this player logo in a red colour next to the health bar. And there you go. There's your lives, and there is your spawning. It is actually a very simple game mechanic, that one. So there we go, a nice quick one for today. Thank you very much for watching. Hope that was useful, and keep spooking. Oh no, it's Halloween.